Oof. Let's see if I can get in here. Hi everybody. How are you? I have to give these sunflower plants some extra water. Because my poor little irrigation system just cannot keep up with their needs. And while we got some really nice rain about a week ago, oh well, last Monday, today is Saturday, we have not got any since. Dew points have been in the 50s. And it's been very cool at night. So as you can see, this is my tallest sunflower. These didn't get real big heads on them like they normally do. But I'm 5'4". He's got to be 7.5. I don't know how tall. 8 feet, 9 feet. I don't know how tall he would be. So what I thought I would do, I don't know why you're falling over. I might put a stake in this one because he's just fallen over. And they shouldn't be. That one, the head got cut off. And this one, the head is bent. I think he just needs water. We'll see. So what I thought I would do, since I haven't done this in a while, is give you a garden tour. Let's start by the hydrangeas. Aren't they beautiful? I wish you could smell them. They smell really good. And they're looking beautiful. Pretty soon they'll start to get a pink blush on them. And as you can see, I already started decorating for fall. Over here I have a volunteer squash plant. I don't know how this plant came into being. And it's putting on something. I have no idea what it is. It's growing really well. I must have dropped a seed. So I'm just going to let it go, see what happens. I moved my bee balm over here because it wasn't getting enough sun where it was. But I think this is a pretty picture. What do you think? So my prehistoric berry plant, I'll put the real name on the screen, has been doing okay. It needs a lot of water, but I am getting berries. I don't know that I necessarily want to eat them. But as you can see, here, we'll move in here, the berries are starting to form. We'll see if they can ripen before we get, oh, hello, before we can get our first frost. Still flowering. But boy, this plant looks mean. Everything about it says go away. So over here in my little lettuce bed, my green onions are doing pretty well. These are just bunching onions. And then I have not gotten around to planting my lettuce yet again. I got to do that this weekend. But I did get it all cleaned out. It's been cleaned out for a while, actually. I managed to trim these up. They were really getting wild. And then down here by the peppers, I did manage, whoops, well, now I can show you, to get a few peppers. These are supposed to be California Wonders, but they are quite small. Still nice. It feels like the wall is nice and thick. Nice little pepper. There's a red one in here. Hold on. No, this one isn't. Hear that? So these ones here are called red Marconis. They're doing good. I've been able to pick a few off of there. Over here, these are Corbaci. Aren't they pretty? All the different colors. Looks like fall. And then over here is Jimmy Nardello. These are all ready to be picked. They're very pretty too. And down here, there is a bee. Working away. There are a lot of bees and pollinators out right now, trying to gather pollen before we get our first frost. These are called Pusajuala. They're really hot. I grew them as ornamental peppers. So these are Bolivian rainbow. And these are Easter egg, some kind of Easter egg pepper. But these will also, so you can see them starting to change color. There. Look at these marigolds, aren't they pretty? Just so beautiful. All different kinds I planted. Maybe next year I'll just have a marigold garden. It's just a lot easier. So these are all jalapenos in here. And they're just all really weird. I got them from Baker Creek. Oh, here's one that's turning. Here we go. They're supposed to be colors. One's supposed to be yellow, one's supposed to be orange. I think this is the orange one. One's supposed to be green. I need to get a stick in there for that one. And none of them are turning colors. So, and they're not real big. I may just pick them green. We'll see. Over here, long time ago when I did my first planting, I planted some morning glories. And this is one of the ones in with the cucumbers. Cucumber row is looking pretty shoddy. I'm ready to pull these out. But believe it or not, they're still producing. Like if you look in here, here's a pickle. They're just starting to flower again. See there? And I mean, look at this leaf. Does not look good. But I've never had cucumbers last this long. This one here, this is like straight 8 type cucumber. And even though I do have powdery mildew, and I can't get rid of it, they're still fairly healthy. Now I have a squash that has jumped the boundaries. It looks like an acorn squash, doesn't it? It kind of, I have something in here called a jester squash, but I didn't think I planted it here. Maybe I did. I'll have to go back and look at the footage. But the jester is like a delicata, but it's supposed to be a little sweeter. So we'll see. But this seems to be doing good. Here is my arbor. Everything's starting to die back. I think these cool nights are really triggering the response to die off. This is Japanese long cucumber. Japanese long cucumber. Let me switch sides here. This is one of those I will definitely grow again. It has produced all summer long. Look, here's another one. It's just starting to produce. The plant looks fairly healthy. There's another one down there. Another one just above it. I've been giving away, eating them. They're really good. I do peel them because the skin, I don't like the skin. But they're doing very well. They're a definite one now, grow again. As you can see, my pumpkins are ripening. This one needs to come off. The vine is dead all the way to up here. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen off. I've got another one over here. That one, he needs to come off. Another one up here. Another one down here. They all need to come off. These plants have all died back. You can see they just don't look good anymore. And look at this monster. I put a sling around this one because it's got to be 25 pounds. But I have noticed that my birdhouse gourds are just starting to get this mottling on them. So that's a good sign. Another thing that's finally starting to ripen is my melons. This one should be ripe. See this little thing that's dead? It should be ripe. This one is not. And there's one down here. He's been growing on the ground. This is either a banana or canary melon. These are supposed to turn orange, really orange, and they're not. So I don't know what is going to happen here. If you look down from above in the morning, you can see morning glories all throughout here. And can you see that little bit of orange up there? Another pumpkin. I have no idea how I'm going to get that one down. That's a lot of vines. Most of them are birdhouse gourds. All right. So also in here, well, here's this pumpkin that I have to get down. Also in here are my cherry tomatoes, white cherry. This is supposed to be a plum, but it came out to be a grape. It was yellow plum and sun sugar are the orange ones. I have to do some picking. You can see a lot of them have fallen on the ground. You better run. You better run. That chippy. So this is the other side of that trellis. But the tomatoes are dying back. So while I'm on this side, these big ones here, these big tomatoes are Abe Lincolns. Just starting, can you see that one there? To get ripe. These are those grape ones. What are they called? Brad's Atomic Grape. So the tomatoes are looking pretty sad. The blight has ruined them. And I need to pick these today. These are those Ponderosa beefsteaks and my pink ox hearts. And then I'm gonna pull the plants because they're done. This plant, whatever it is, what is it? This is the green vernissage. I thought was dying because the whole thing is dying. I mean, if you look here, it's dying, but here's some more tomatoes. The bottom half is dying and the top half is still producing tomatoes. So these are the Dr. Witchies. Again, I need to pick a lot of these. I'm going to a barbecue corn roast tonight, and I'll bring a big basket if anybody wants any. I'm sure I'll have some takers. Over here, these multicolor leafed peppers are fish peppers. See that? I have to look up and see when they're ripe. See if I can pull one off. Yeah, they don't just come off. So I'm kind of leery of pulling them off. Go away, little bug. This is that bush Goliath. It's amazing how long a plant can live without any leaves. I'm waiting for those to get red. Back in there was that one Dr. Witchy. I just let it fall over. Here I've got some cayenne peppers. These are the black ones. And then my sweet pea currant tomatoes need to be picked. Excuse me. So my zucchini plants, between all of them, I'm getting about 1 zucchini a week. With the amount of zucchini plants I have, I should be hip deep in zucchinis, and I'm not. So I don't know what's going on with that. I have pulled out my beans and my peas from here. I have no idea what I'm going to put in there. Uh-oh, I see a zucchini. See? There's one back in here. Big one. One there. I don't know if you could see that. See, they get put on one a plant at a time, which is fine, because then I'm not like leaving them on my neighbor's doorsteps, you know. Ground cherries, still going strong. Can't do this one-handed. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Just the oddest flavor. Giant sunflowers. So this raised bed, I pulled out all the onions. They were just infested with weeds. And then in here, I have some dwarf sunflower plants. Well, they were supposed to be dwarf anyway. Isn't that a pretty picture? Another one over here. I don't know if I can turn him. He's kind of fuzzy. They're doing pretty good, considering they've got this bed all to themselves because I haven't replanted. I'm going to put spinach in here, kale, a few radishes. What else? I don't know what else. We'll see what kind of seeds come up from the basement. But it's all ready. I got to get that done tomorrow. So this is milkweed, sunset milkweed, and it's got these seed pods on it. So I can't wait for those to dry and come out. Oh, here's one that's opened. Wouldn't that be nice if these flew all over my yard? Oh, there they go. Just like that. And they, now of course they're going into the neighbor's yard, but this is my compost bin in case you were wondering. So, a couple seeds here. I want them to go over here. This Rudbeckia is pretty, isn't it? So the last thing is my Delicata. Nope, it must be ripe. I was wondering if it was ripe because it popped right off. And this little thing here is dried. So I think I only got 2 of them. Ooh, look here. This is a lychee tomato. That does not want to come off. And there are so many thorns on this thing. Let's try left-handed. Let's taste it. Very seedy in the inside. I had a bunch of them on here. It doesn't taste very much like a tomato. Boy, they do not want to come off. Where were we before I got distracted? There is another Delicata in here. Oh, here. There it is. That one's not ready yet. But this one is, we're gonna have some roasted veggies for dinner. Yummy. So if you've never had Delicata, the thing I like about it is you do not have to peel it. Like an acorn squash, you have to peel. Butternut squash, you have to peel. These you do not. You can eat the peel. They're really good. Sweet. Really good. So my herbs, I have been harvesting and harvesting and harvesting and harvesting and drying. This is why I don't like to grow purple basil, because it fades out. So I threw some fennel in here, and it never really grew like a head. You know how it's supposed to grow a head? But the fronds are really pretty. Look at the Japanese beetles in there still. Loving my basil. So these little melons fell down. They look ripe. I'll have to try them. I'll look up and see what they're called. These are the ones that look like little watermelons. And then this is one of those melons that's supposed to get orange as well, and it had fallen off the vine, so I'm going to leave it here and see if it gets ripe. Another pumpkin that I had. So it looks like it's going to rain. I don't actually think it's going to rain because they're constantly saying it's going to rain and it never does. So I have to get all these tomatoes harvested, and I'm going to be making a panzanella salad. Did that chippy get away from you? Did he get away from you? So I need tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, Italian dressing, and croutons. And that's what I'm bringing to the corn roast tonight. And then I will bring a bunch of these tomatoes, and people can take them home. I am going on vacation this week, and I just don't have time to take care of them right now. And that's one of the problems with working full time and trying to take care of a garden. I may just chop them up and freeze them. A lot of people think that that's not the way to take care of them, but I'd rather do that than throw them away or throw them in the compost pile. So thank you so much for joining me on this garden tour video. I'm really pleased with what I got out of this garden, especially this part of the garden, being that it was the first year there. I'm not going to change much next year. Might move things a little bit, but we'll see what happens next year. So have a great week, everybody, and until I see you next time, happy gardening. Bye-bye, everybody.